Welcome into Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. It is Monday, Groundhog Day, and I really hope you're not watching that Bill Murray movie that's on repeat on TNT right now. I don't know what Punxsutawney Phil did.
He saw his shadow.
Yeah, he saw his freaking shadow.
Ugh.
I can't stand that groundhog.
You know what? We're going to ignore him.
Is he ever right, or is he always right, or do we really put anything into Phil?
Well, what do we even deem as right? Like it's cold for another 6 weeks? Is that what we're measuring it off of?
If it's cold for another 6 weeks, I'm just not coming outside and I'm going to record from my house.
Yeah. It's like spring will not, I feel like we've suffered enough.
It's so cold.
Phil.
Come on, Phil. Bless it.
Loser. Anyway, sorry. I forgot it was Groundhog Day.
It's Groundhog Day. And there was a reason why when we were watching the rise of the 49ers last night, that they were, advertising for Groundhog Day. So we have, I will preface the show this way. At either of your houses, did you have that scary junk closet that nobody wanted to go into? The one that you just put stuff in, and maybe for years, could be for 50 years, nobody wanted to deal with what was in that closet. Did y'all?
You said did or do.
Did your grandparents have one? Not at my grandparents' house. They threw everything out. But maybe there's in family lore those closets that maybe's outside and you just throw stuff in there and you don't ever go back and look in there. Maybe there's dead bodies in there. No one knows. Maybe there's
kittens.
Like dead animal. Like no one knows what's in that closet because it's dark. It smells weird and it gives you a bad feeling. Well, that's essentially what we're dealing with Epstein. Oh. That kind of a closet that is depraved. It's given everybody really bad feelings, and probably a lot of us were going, we knew it, but it's far worse than we could have imagined. So we're going to talk about that today. We are going to talk about Nicki Minaj turning out to be a Republican, more than that, a Trumplican. We're also talking about the steering committee meeting and what happened there. And what's the steering committee meeting? Who cares? Well, we care because people who are running for office can have challenges put against them to make sure that they can stay on the ballot, et cetera, et cetera.
You're talking about the Republican Party.
Republican Party. I don't know if the Democrats do it. I have no idea. They do whatever they want. We have rules. And that steering committee met. We're going to discuss that. And then I have a tidbit for you. Because I'm a tidbit able to be a black enough commentator. And we have a Rosa Parks clip for you at the beginning of Black History Month, which, by the way, is so dumb. In God's economy, we are all one with varying shades of melanin. However, in this country, we choose to do Black History Month. But we've got a tidbit about Rosa Parks that is going to blow your mind. Here's what I'm going to say. Rosa Parks' husband had a car. I'm leaving it at that. That's all. And we shall return.
We're so dead.
We are so dead. Sinclair and
sometimes you can choose to ride the bus instead of the bus is a lot of times way more efficient.
Why would you ride the bus if your husband had a car?
I'm sorry.
And maybe he's at work.
If you have a car and you're still riding the bus, you need to be like institutionalized.
If you're riding the bus and your husband had a car, is there a chance that the story we were told is a lie?
Okay. Have y'all not ever gone on vacation and you're like, we're in Washington, D.C. We rented a car, but man, it's so much quicker just to take the subway.
Yeah, the subway. But what if
Rosa the bus Parks is still on the same roads? I forgot about that.
They're on the same roads.
Yeah, it wasn't a trolley.
What if this was a setup? That's all. Pause. Chew on it. Moving on. All right, you guys.
You don't have to drive if you're on the bus.
No, you don't have to
sit
drive.
back and read.
Oh, I'll just sit in the back and get a rash from the bus seats. Yeah, that's a good thing.
A rash?
JP, they clean them.
Do they?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
look. When we're in New York, we ride the bus. Like Emmy is our transportation queen, so she gets us where we need to go. We ride the bus. We ride the subway. But back in the day, I need y'all to chew on the Rosa Parks story and think about it until 4:00. Okay. So, open your minds. We're already in trouble with a lot of people.
Clearly. If last week wasn't enough, let's just keep going.
Stir in the pot.
Burn it
Stir
all
in the
down.
pot with truth.
Burn it all
Connecting the
down.
dots for people. That's why we're here, right? We're connecting the dots. It doesn't do us any good if we stay in the weeds. It doesn't do us any good if you don't know the people in Montgomery or the people in DC, which is why we're here. Connecting the dots so you know why this affects your life. That's it. That's why we're here. And some of those dots that get connected make us uncomfortable, and you too.
I just continually cannot believe how much we've been lied to. Some of the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, and I don't know if we want to get into it now. I know we have a montage, but just to say, some of the, I have been saying and hearing some of the craziest things. Pizzagate is real, adrenochrome, like bonkers stuff, bonkers. And you're like, there's no way they actually sacrifice babies. Okay, it is all in those emails, and it is there, and it is written to people you know. It is bizarre and sad and disgusting and evil, and you're like, okay, Gomorrah is just right here. I don't know. It is weird. I feel a little validated because I don't look as crazy as I used to. I would never say it out loud, but now I'm going to read it because it needs to be shared. It is gross. Our elites, our leaders are disgusting.
They're
I am far.
depraved.
Like, what percentage of them do you think are part of this global satanic pedophile death cult?
More than we think.
Yeah, more than we'd like to admit.
I mean, because isn't this the part where if you're a believer and you're going to believe the book we've been given to know how to live, and it tells us that we're fighting against principalities that we can't see, this is the point where you look at that and you go, oh, this is straight demonic, straight up.
Do you think it's here in Alabama?
Absolutely.
Or is this just a DC globalist thing?
No, it's in Alabama. It's hard for people to believe because we are nice and we've worshiped at that altar for so long. It's hard. It's hard to peel your mind back and go, could people be that depraved? Yes, they can.
Scott Beeson used to always tell us, like, if you get invited to go on a foreign country trip or somewhere, just say no.
When
'Cause
you
it's like
when
bad
you
things
get in
happening.
office, you may not go on a trip.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
Even if it's like for golf
No.
at the best
Take your husband
St.
with you.
Andrews. Don't go.
Mm-mm. You're not going, or I'm going with you.
Oh man.
Don't
I'll be
go
your
to the bar
chaperone.
alone at 1 a.m. in let's see, Thailand. That
How-
seems like a really bad idea.
Yeah, it's a
Just
great
FYI.
example.
Okay.
Bless it.
Bless it.
Mm.
Well, what else are we going to do?
Well,
There's a gambling bill.
there is a gambling. Did you have a chance to look it up?
No, I'm going to look it up.
Okay, we're going to
on the
look it
break.
up. Guys, real quick, before we get into heavy stuff for the day, would you like to know 2 words that Molly taught us yesterday?
Please.
Okay. Do you know if I say the word clock it, what I'm saying?
Like, mark it. Like,
It's
write it down.
a little bit. So if somebody does something really good, or you think their outfit is cute, or something they said was profound and brilliant, you're like, clock it.
Oh, that's what that is?
Clock
no,
it.
I've never heard of that. That sounds like a TikTok
one of
girl
Chris's
thing.
people that he worked with was telling him about clock it. And he was like, what does that even mean? This is a new form of clap. There's no more clapping. This is how we clap. Now, if somebody gets sass and attitude with you, you can also use clock it. But our young adults are using clock it.
I'm not using
Clock
clock
it.
it.
You're not,
Not you.
You're not a kid anymore.
I'm a young
Younger.
adult.
Yeah, but this is like,
Oh yeah,
the
Molly's
alphas.
like
So-
freshman in college. Yeah.
So she's helping us wade through what's actually being said. The other thing I know you've heard is they ate.
oh yeah.
yeah,
Do you know what
they
that
used
means?
to cook, but now they ate.
Yeah. Now you ate. I mean, even you see it on the side of like basketball teams when somebody shoots a contested three,
Yeah.
or
they
step
do
back, or
this.
and then they're ate.
Okay, what is this thing?
What is that?
It's like it goes to when the moon hits the sky like a big pizza pie.
It's like Italian.
That's amore.
Oh, Italian.
so-
like, okay.
Yeah, it's like a TikTok trend. And so you play that song and you do this to different objects. I guess that means good.
So,
I don't know. I'm gonna
Somebody
have to
tell
ask-
us.
I'll show
Good.
you. Jennings and her roommates did a video and they're all like this to the mailbox and this to the trash can. And I'm like, I don't get it.
Oh, they need to tell us.
Yeah, I'll call.
So, yet another reason why I know I'm old, because I have no idea what they're saying. And now when I see it, I'll know what they're saying. But did we have words like this?
yes.
What were our
We
words?
had Brad, we had gnarly, we had totally tubular.
Yeah.
Dude.
We had dude.
Yeah, it's all going back to not Wayne's World, but that is one. What's the Keanu Reeves?
Oh, the time machine one.
Yeah.
What
We
was
had-
that
we
movie
had
called?
words.
I have no idea.
Did
Keanu
you have
Reeves.
words? Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
have word? What were your words?
Fire. We had lit.
Lit.
Okay.
Turnt. Yeah,
Yeah.
we had words like that.
Did
Turn
you
up.
ever
Turn up.
use crunk?
Crunk.
Crunk. Crunk was like my older brother's time more than me.
Is crunk and turnt the same thing?
It's a
Yes.
variation of the same.
Bless
meaning.
it all.
Yeah. Nah, yeah.
Alright.
Lit and fire was mainly my generation.
Okay. All right.
Here's the thing. Even if you take all those words out, I sit and listen to my kids and their friends who they're all applying for internships and interviewing. And the way they talk and write, like over text or on an email, is basically a 5-year-old. And they say like, so yeah, like I'm really interested in this job because like somebody told me that it was a great internship and like I really like people a lot and I think I have like a lot to offer. And maybe employers are used to it and they've adjusted to the times, but I'm just telling you, if I heard them, I'd be like, we're not doing this.
I still catch myself saying like
Yeah,
sometimes.
At some point, you have to discipline yourself to sound like
We
an
should
adult.
maybe have a board right there at the end on the back of the door
yes.
of the words that we want to be intentional about removing from our dictionary. Like is one. We're going to mark through like first.
I say so a lot.
I probably say all of them. We talk enough that we say all the things you're not supposed to.
All the things.
Wait, our soundboard's working again.
All the things.
Thank you.
What was wrong with it?
I needed an update.
Always the update.
Thank you, JP.
Unplug it and plug it back in. Okay, we got to take a break. Do we have time for the montage on the other side?
Yeah, we can.
Well, I mean, we don't have to. I don't want to force you.
No, we can. It'll be just enough time though. We'll have to play it and then go to break.
Well, as a producer, you can make the decision. But we'll
Okay.
have some news, if not the montage, on the other side. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth with Allison and JP. So we have just enough time for the montage. And then after the montage, after the break, we'll dive into all the news. JP.
Time for news.
I'm going to say eyes out.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
First of all, Jesus, I hear you and I'm listening, Lord. I am listening, Lord. And I want to tell y'all right now, Jesus is for everybody. Jesus is not owned by one political party. Jesus is not owned by no music label. Jesus is Jesus, and anybody can have a relationship with him. I love you, Lord.
There's no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
In the files?
In the case file.
Okay.
Any depiction of CSAM or child pornography was obviously excluded. Anything that would jeopardize an active federal investigation. And finally, anything that depicts or contain images of death, physical abuse, or injury, also not produced.
Day one of exposing Black history because it literally didn't even happen. So we all know the story, right? 1955, Montgomery, Alabama, Rosa Parks, she's this tired seamstress. She refuses to give up her seat to this white guy after a long day's work because her feet hurt. She gets arrested for this, and then it sparks a bus boycott. She becomes the mother of the civil rights movement. She's now remembered as a brave hero who stood up to power. The entire thing was a planned publicity stunt from the beginning.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, everybody.
Hey, hi. So, okay, guys. How's that for a banger montage? Well done, sir.
Thank you.
It's a great way to start off a Monday. All right. So before we go to break, I just have a question. Do either of y'all care what celebrities have to say at the Grammys?
No.
I mean, I do when they say something I like. I mean,
She's honest.
let's be honest. A Jelly Roll, preaching, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then what you missed on Bad Bunny, what a biscuit, is he said, before I thank God, I'm going to say ice out. I'm
Mhm.
like, that's exactly where the left is. Before I thank the creator of the universe, let me get to my political statement so I can continue to be accepted. And y'all think I'm great. And then Billie Eilish, I want to be like, okay, honey, why don't you go move to a place
Mhm.
that hasn't been stolen or conquered or taken over? Good luck. That might be Mars.
But at the rate we're going, it may be not Mars because apparently, Elon wants to send us there.
They're just so
Eventually.
stupid.
They are so stupid. I saw that Todd Starnes, our friend Todd,
We need to get Todd on the show.
let's get Todd on the show, said that Billie's home he named a specific tribe that where her home sits was stolen from.
Stop.
So perhaps she should give it back along with the millions she's earned
Did
in
not know
America.
that.
Uh-huh. So
Really.
whatever. How about miss us with all that, guys? Except for Jelly Roll.
I
We're for you.
cannot wait to talk about Deputy Attorney General Lanch and his statement, because it just confirms, if you listen and really think about what he's saying, it confirms everything all of us crazy people have thought for the past 5 years since we first heard about Pizzagate. And we were called nuts. But we're not. Who knew? We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth with Allison and JP. So right now, we want to talk about the Grammys because while we do want to dismiss what they have to say, their music is downloaded into the billions of downloads. Our kids are listening to their music. Our kids are listening to what they say. And more people than we'd like to admit, actually, are listening to their music. And it's depraved people doing depraved things, singing about it. And so that's why we want to engage with what happened at the Grammys last night. JP, how about we'll start with you, and then Allison, and then I got some song titles, and we're going to vote on some of them because what? So, JP.
Well, so my main takeaway from the Grammy crap, like Bad Bunny, which by the way, did y'all see what Tuberville called Bad Bunny last week? He called him Bad Rabbit. He was talking
was
to
he being funny or was he?
I don't know, but he was talking. He was talking to somebody about how I ain't watching that woke Super Bowl and Bad Rabbit do the halftime show.
That's funny.
But no, I like him going up and the first thing he's saying is a political statement with all of his echo chamber of fellow woke libtards celebrating and clapping, and then Billie Eilish doing the same. Whenever I see that, it's just more of a it just points more to that woke is the left's god. And if you don't, like, they feel themselves as so important that people need to hear their opinion on political stuff, that not only do they have to share it, but they have to share it first, and they need that round of applause from their fellow peers because they're so insecure. They don't have an actual god. The woke virtue signaling is their god. And it's just another signal of that, in my opinion. But then you contrast that with Jelly Roll, who, by the way, I saw Jelly Roll in person at Rock the South. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago when he was still the massive size that he was. And he spent about 5 minutes proclaiming God, but it was still I can smoke weed. And I think he actually said that there's going to be a bar in heaven and God just wants to hang out and everybody, like, he was so full of life, but it was like, he's almost there. He's so close. Mm-hmm. But what I saw last night on the clips and how much weight he's lost, I think he's lost like 250 pounds, and how he's proclaiming the gospel and Jesus openly in front of everybody who just before him was saying the stuff they were saying. It is a glimpse of hope that they're not all like that, but it's still it shows how depraved what we're going up against is, because they're godless, but that's, they're so committed and bought into it because that is their God and that is what they devote themselves to. So your enemy, like the left, I just see it more as there's not real much common ground between us, because if you're going up there and your first thing that you want to say is ICE out, America's stolen land, like, these are communists. They hate America, they hate God, and that's who we're up against. So I don't know. It's just a cesspool of grossness, I think the Grammys are, but Jelly Roll is a bright spot in it.
Cesspool of grossness. That should go on the quote board.
Cesspool of gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. My husband went to the Phoenix Open. I guess, I can't remember when it was, the last one. And Jelly Roll played that night right after the tournament across the street, and they all went and saw him. And Jared said he basically shared the gospel from the stage, said, if you're interested in learning more about Jesus, come backstage. I'll talk to you, like invited whoever was interested to come meet with him. And anyway, he was really impressed. And somebody that can straddle that line of maintaining their integrity and continuing to proclaim and preach and stay in that business is very rare. He's doing a show, the Star Search, right now with Chrissy Teigen, and who I think is literally the devil. Like she's got to be part of this.
Uses adrenochrome.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. So good on him. God puts people in different weird places to draw people to him, and Jelly Roll's one I didn't see coming, but thankful for it. In the meantime, Nicki Minaj, did y'all see what she tweeted during the Grammys last night?
No.
It was awesome.
Whatever. What do we call it? Twixt?
We can call it Twixt.
Well, okay, so they're actually still called tweets.
They do.
Elon
That's
said,
so weird.
So
okay, so you can still tweet.
Yeah. They are still called tweets according to Elon. So.
Okay, but you just tweet on X.
Yes.
Okay, that's helpful. She said, your favorite artist, this is during the Grammys, your favorite artist has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and kill them as a form of blood sacrifice to their God. You see, when your master is Satan, you must continuously shed blood. However, the jig is up. And she put out 2 or 3 other tweets last night. Couple that with what Blanche said, and maybe we'll get to that later. But y'all, I think they're a satanic cult that kill baby. And I sound crazy saying that, but
That's not crazy.
Not after the Epstein files. No.
when we read some of the things that have come out over the weekend, it was all dropped on Friday from the Epstein files. Y'all are going to be like, oh my gosh. And I really think so much of it goes back to Hollywood. What better way to influence the next generation or an entire country than to get your heroes, the people you worship? You want to dress like them. You want to be like them. You want to talk like them. You want to have the same job. You want to have the same life. Very disturbing. Very disturbing.
I'll just say one more thing, Amy Beth. I don't feel the Holy Spirit when I watch the Grammys. Let's just say that. You know, if you watch it and you see it, I think the spiritual discernment is real, and it's just a glimpse into what we're up against. And I hate to say it like that because I don't feel like that's inciting like a civil war, but it's true. Like the people at the Grammys hate Christians, hate conservatives, and they're so devoted to it that that's the first thing they say when they get in front of the mic. And whereas us, we would thank God, we would think they virtue signal. That shows their priorities are beating us and destroying America. So
at least Shabuzi thanked God and Jesus and then said, we're a nation built on immigrants. At least he did it in the right order.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, that's
your guy.
I still like his music.
It is great that Jelly Roll got up there and said what he said, because that's a great example for all of us, that it doesn't matter where you are, what cesspool of grossness, isn't that what you said?
Yeah.
Cesspool of grossness you're in. What a great reminder.
And people in the audience clapped and cheered.
They're for that. People want that. It's like children
They're probably dead now.
They probably are dead. It's like little children want boundaries. These people want truth. They do. It's why they sing. They are trying to figure life out through song, except that half of them, with the lyrics that they sing, you can't even read them out loud.
Did you find, please, like...
Well, okay, so I tried to pull up Bad Bunny's lyrics. The problem is they are in Spanish.
Yeah.
And I was trying to look up the lyrics for DTMF. And I'm just wondering what MF is for. I don't...
My friend.
My friend, my flower, my...
Donald Trump, my friend.
Yeah.
Do you want the English translation of these lyrics?
Could you get English translation or Bruno Mars APT or Billie Eilish's Wildflower? Those were the big songs that were up. Billie Eilish won. My kids used to like, and maybe one still does, I don't know, Billie Eilish, who thought she was a lesbian. I know. And then maybe has changed her mind. I'm not sure. Some of her original lyrics were very thoughtful, pretty good. But the more that it's gone on, the more you're like, I am watching a person sing about being lost. And we're watching people sing about all the depraved things they're doing with one another. No wonder we have problems. I mean, but that's what they're singing about. It out of the mouth, out of the heart, the mouth speaks. This is where their hearts are, or their songwriters. Either way, they're singing it. They're showing us all on stage. And that is,
So what was the Bruno Mars song you wanted?
APT.
Okay. So
you can almost tell when they, like the moment they sell their soul to the devil.
Yeah.
Their face changes, their lyrics changes, their dress changes, their
hand signals,
their sets change. Okay, JP, can we do this? You're looking.
Oh yeah, we can do it. It's not FCC against FCC violations, but it is gross.
Yeah.
Okay, well, just
the least gross.
Yeah.
How about the least gross, and we won't look at you.
Okay. We'll read this little snippet from
tiny
DTMF from Bad Bunny.
What is DTMF? Oh, Bad Bunny. I thought DTMF was a singer.
No,
yeah, it's the song title. Remember, Bad Bunny Super Bowl next Monday night. Anywho.
I should have taken more pictures when I had you. I should have given you more kisses and hugs whenever I could. I hope my people never move away. And if I get drunk today, I hope they help me out. And that is the chorus. He just repeats that over and over and over again.
Huh.
There's other parts about, just getting drunk and drinking and being with girls. But then the Bruno Mars APT lyrics is kind of the same. I'm trying to kiss your lips for real is one of the lines. As
opposed to like fake.
Yeah. Don't you want me like I want you? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy.
Sure.
That's Shakespeare.
I'm talking
What's the
drunk.
problem?
I'm talking drink, dance, smoke, freak, party all night. Is in the Bruno Mars
Bruno
song.
Mars. He was the best halftime show by far.
No, the best one was I don't know.
The one
Weeknd
at the
was good.
steel. No,
The Weeknd was an absolute satanic ritual. You go back and watch it through that lens. I thought I for sure the devil entered my soul watching that. I felt so bad.
Did you
go
really?
Back and I'm not even kidding. If you go back and listen and watch JP, we're gonna have to talk during the break.
That was not great.
Listen, I was in college, I think, when that one was.
Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah, I was in the Illuminati at that time.
So really we're just speaking out of where their hearts are. That's it.
But what's so bad is that they take people like JP or even myself with my kids. Y'all, one time we were in, did y'all ever do this? I like rap music, but I purposefully don't listen to the words.
Yeah.
I just like the beat, you know?
Yeah.
And then I was in the car with my kids. This is when I had a minivan and we're like singing that whistle song.
Oh, yeah.
Can you blow my whistle?
Yes. And it dawned on me what we were singing about. And I was like, click, and I could never go back. So like, just don't stop. But I think we should analyze this. But The Weeknd, what they do is they make us participate in their rituals when we go to their concerts or watch them on TV. And I'm not even being dramatic. Go back and watch that. Look up Zach Brown. He was in the Sphere in Las Vegas a few weeks ago. Oh my, you thought he took everybody to hell. I'm not even kidding. It's the freakiest thing. And what do? You're there with your kids and you're like, I don't even realize I'm participating in this ritual.
And here's the crazy thing. The reason why as believers it's so you just go, ooh, is because we have the truth in us. We go for walks a lot, you and I. And this morning I didn't listen to anything. I just thought and walked and listened to the birds. And I thought God filled our lives with music, but with music that was edifying and not music that took us to hell. And isn't it amazing that the enemy of our souls inverts goodness every time he can? And that's what we're seeing played out. And so, of course, that's what they think about ICE. It's, of course, what they think about whatever else nonsense they said, stolen land. They don't know any better. Pagans are going to pagan. But as believers, I think the older I get, the more I go, oh, that's just an inversion of what's good.
His music can heal 100%, and it can also destroy.
Yep, it can.
Just like anything. Let's take a break. And when we come back, we can either finish this discussion. We've got some text. I've got some Alabama updates if we need that. But we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth with Allison and JP. And before we roll into the 3 o'clock hour and break down Epstein, we have, right? Scary, the scary, nasty closet Epstein.
We're going to break down while talking about Epstein.
I've always wanted to break dance. Not gonna lie.
Are you a break dancer?
In my
Can you break
parachute
dance?
pants?
Chris
back
got
in 1985.
not real parachute pants. Did you get real parachute pants?
I don't remember. I had the tracksuit that was swishy, but
I
don't
had
remember.
I had the swishy tracksuit
with Sebagos.
I don't know if my mom got me Sebagos, but look, girl, I had some tracksuits, purple, blue, yellow.
Remember the movie Breaking?
I don't know if I was allowed
Breaking
to see that movie.
Well, you sent us the Shuffling Moms group.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you shuffle now?
No, I haven't even tried it. I
Well,
just
we're
wanted
gonna
y'all
practice.
to know what I was aiming for. And in a few months, you're going to be like, oh, I'm so jealous.
It's a dance, and Allison's learning how to do it, and we're going to record it. Okay, JP, before we go to break, do you have text for us, sir?
Yeah, if y'all want to text in, let us know your thoughts during the show. The number is 833-687-4448 or 833-68 right. Red from Tony says half of America was purchased. Not stolen,
That's-
purchased.
You know what? Somebody who knows history.
Also,
That was good.
stolen or conquered?
How about
Like,
conquered?
How about every piece of land ever has been conquered because the other side lost it? That's just kind of how it
That's just semantics.
Sorry. Yeah. Let's see. Mike from Harvest. He said the movie was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Thank you. Excellent.
Yes.
Okay.
I did watch Wayne's World, by the way. I know
Wayne's
that movie.
World.
Bill and Ted, thank you.
Lee from Huntsville says Rosa Parks knew MLK and went to school with him, and says parentheses a communist school.
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Oh,
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Y'all are painful.
Clock out.
They went.
That's good. Michael from Moulton says, yep, on all that about the Grammys. And just like with the younger people, maybe as old as 30 and below, there are some realistic history lessons needed badly. I'm so sick of hearing this, quote, stolen land bit. And if they think the historical morality and free capitalism is that bad, then move. Go live in another historically settled, quote, stolen land.
Preach.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's good stuff.
Connor from Huntsville says, the best halftime shows were done by people with probably before y'all were born. And says, and then he also texted again, said some denominations and preachers will tell you that Satan was a music director in heaven before he was cast out. So that part sort of makes sense now.
I've never heard
I
that.
actually
Is there
have.
evidence of that in the word?
No.
Or is that just from choir directors who are great at their job?
Why would you want to be associated with Satan?
No.
There's a
Interesting, though.
there's a Bible verse that
Says he can play the harp.
no, it's Ezekiel 28:13, which mentions timbrels and pipes within his description, suggesting a musical role.
I'm sorry. Could you read the whole verse?
Yeah, let me go to it real quick. Okay, don't take me to YouTube.
Like he's got a good set of pipes.
Let me pull
Huh.
Ezekiel 28:13. Give me the full verse. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was your covering. The sardius, topaz, and diamond, beryl, onyx, and jasper, sapphire, turquoise, and emerald within your gold. The workmanship of your timbrels and pipes was prepared for you on the day you were created. You were the anointed cherub who covers. I established you. You were on the holy mountain of God. You walked back and forth in the midst of fiery stones.
So somebody made him pipes?
Huh.
I guess God made him pipes the day he.
Those were all the stones in heaven. Huh. Interesting.
We must dig further.
Yeah.
Something I didn't know.
But for now, we're going to dig into Epstein.
Ugh. Don't say that again.
I have to take a bath.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's awful. But you really don't want to miss it. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I am Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. So now's the time. We shall discuss Jeffrey Epstein. It's the kind of story that is hard to believe because if you're a normie like us, this is not something you even consider. But if you're not a normie and you're one of Washington's elites, either a Republican or a Democrat, because everybody is involved in this, it makes you stop and think, what is going on here? And how did we end up with such a depraved body politic with somebody like Jeffrey Epstein? So, Allison, you've pinned several stories. JP has thoughts. And then I have a report from a couple years ago that has resurfaced about a guy who investigated the whole Pizzagate thing. That was when I started kind of taking this more seriously. And so we have that as well. It is up to y'all to decide what you think about this. We're just putting it out there. But as it turns out, starting with Kash Patel saying there was no evidence of any children being abused. Essentially, this is what he says. And then the deputy attorney general goes through and gives a press conference talking about the fact that they did not release all of the images they had showing child sexual abuse. So we have been lied to. That is my big takeaway. They lied because they could. They're still lying, but it matters that they lied. And the web is pretty foul. So what stories have you pinned?
Well, it's kind of hard to gather and find one good synopsis on what was found in these files that were dropped on Friday.
I mean, there were 3 million of them, so it's hard.
Yep.
So I've just kind of pinned snippets, and I don't know if you want to start with maybe who was really named, because I think we found some new names that we didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to add the Deputy Attorney General Blanche. He not only said physical abuse, but he said death, physical abuse, and injury. Keep that in mind as we talk through all these stories, that the elected official from the Trump administration that has seen these files has said, we are not releasing pictures, information that depicts death, physical abuse, or injury, which means what?
There was death, physical abuse, and injury.
Okay. So Elon Musk, I don't know if y'all heard that he was in the Epstein files. Did y'all read the emails?
I did.
Okay. They were very, and we have to start this conversation saying, just because your name is mentioned in the Epstein files does not mean you are a pedophile or that you did anything wrong. I think about our politicians all the time. I mean, Katie Britt, think about how many people she meets on any given day at a party or whatever it is. Somebody says, Senator, can I get a picture with you? Sure. You don't have time to vet them. Somebody sends you an email and says, do you want to go have lunch? That person's like best friends with all your people. Sure. You don't know they're a pedophile. So I think it takes a little more digging in. But Elon from the beginning has been very vocal about getting the Epstein files out. He even named, if you remember in their little spat, said Donald Trump was in the Epstein files. So it comes out Bill Gates, who we probably knew. I knew. Steve Bannon.
Yeah, and they were friends.
That was a little bit of a surprise.
Okay, I didn't know they did an interview together. Like, when you say friends, do you think Steve Bannon knew what he was up to?
Yes. I don't think Steve partook in any of the stuff, but I mean, the whole interview was about, are you the devil itself? Like, Steve knew who Epstein was, but I mean, Steve was still friends with him and associated with him. I don't know. Steve probably saw it as him being a powerful person that he could use, but yeah, they were friends.
I mean, the clip I saw was him talking about that Bill Clinton was responsible for the 2008 financial
Yeah.
collapse. I didn't see the rest of it. You watched the interview?
I
Or
watched
saw clips?
I saw clips of pretty much all the high points, but the interview ended with Steve Bannon asking, "Are you the devil himself?" And he's like, "Well, why would you? I have a good mirror, but I." And he was like, "I'm not joking. The devil is smart. The devil is charismatic. The devil also does horrible things like sex trafficking children and that sort of stuff." Steve knew who he was, but they were
What
still
does that
friends.
make you think about Steve Bannon?
I think Steve is probably a guy that I don't know. Like I said, I haven't seen any evidence of him partaking in sexual, that sort of stuff, but Steve's probably a guy that thinks he has to get in the mud with certain people to use them and be successful. Like I said, I'm not saying it's right, but that's kind of my view of it. Of Steve probably thought he could use Epstein in his network to elevate himself. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Steve could have done that stuff. I just haven't seen the evidence.
Do you think Steve would do that interview today?
No.
Do you think he was different then?
Yes. I think because when you go to prison for a little bit, you change.
Mm.
And
Forgot
so
about the prison part.
I think that probably today he would, let me say it this way, strongly reconsider whether or not interviewing him or being friends with him would be good.
So that interview was released as part of the files, or was it something that everybody just kind of...
No, it was released as part of the files.
All
It was
right.
in 2007 after his first sex conviction, by the way. So,
Okay. Do y'all remember years ago? Y'all, this is where I'm going to sound crazy. I'm going to sound absolutely crazy.
I think after the release of the files, you're not crazy.
But just remember what Blanche, is it Todd Blanche?
Todd Blanche,
The Deputy Attorney General, said as an appointed Trump official from what he's seen. Remember what he said. Remember what Nicki Minaj said. Remember Bill and Hillary and all the rumors that went around about them with Pizzagate. And y'all, I can't believe I'm about to say this on air. Okay. Do y'all know what? I can't even say that. Do y'all know what Frazzle Drip is?
No.
Oh, I'm going down a rabbit hole. We can't even get into that. But basically, it would not be good. It would fall under the whole death, physical abuse, and injury type thing.
Oh.
And then there's lots of talk about adrenochrome. Do y'all even know?
yeah.
Yeah.
I know
Okay,
that
so
is.
adrenochrome were...
What is it for people who don't know?
Okay, so adrenochrome is basically... And it sounds so crazy, but do y'all remember Jim Caviezel came out, the guy that played Jesus in The Passion of the Christ, who is a very outspoken Christian. He came out years ago, did an interview that said adrenochrome, which is caused by torturing little kids to get their adrenaline up, essentially, and extracting it from them. Okay, the idea, this is insane. I can't believe I'm saying this to thousands of people. The movie Monsters, Inc. Apparently has always been based off adrenochrome, but
No way.
they did it off Screams. Yeah, so you
Oh, that makes
adrenochrome,
sense.
you torture kids, you take their adrenaline, and then you can inject it into someone else, and it's supposed to be like the fountain of youth, like reverse aging. And it's why you look at Hollywood stars. In my head, I'm like, Jennifer Aniston, how do you do this? Like, come on, there's no way. She hasn't aged in 30 years. I don't know if Jennifer Aniston uses adrenochrome. She might have some really good moisturizer
Or genetics.
but at some point it catches up with you. But there's an email. Okay, this is an email that they released from the files. Oh, where did it go? I'm going to have to snapshot this or it's going to play the Jim Caviezel thing. This is to a guy named Barry Josephson. I need my glasses. Do y'all know that name?
No.
To Jeffrey Epstein regarding Dr. Agus. Okay, this is what he says. You need, this is crazy, y'all. All you need is a blood transfusion from the pack and you reverse aging. Okay, so that's about the doctor to Jeffrey Epstein. And Barry Josephson is saying all you need is a blood transfusion from the pack and you reverse aging. Y'all, that's exactly what they've said for years that adrenochrome is. Now, maybe he's talking about NAD and glutathione. I don't know.
What's
But
NAD?
it's for I don't even know what it would be called. It's nanosylacidic, blah, blah, blah,
Okay. What does it do?
and it's an antioxidant that's
Okay.
supposed to help with free radicals in your body and things like that. Glutathione, kind of the same thing. Helps restore and DNA and repair and all that kind of stuff. But you put out something like this in regards to Jeffrey Epstein, and they're talking about this, my ears perk up, and I'm like, maybe Jen Caviezel wasn't absolutely crazy, but death, physical abuse, and injury. It's all kind of starting to come together. And then all the stuff, does anybody have the Pizzagate stuff?
I do.
You do Pizzagate because everybody thought those people were nuts too. And I think Pizzagate, if you read through these emails, is real.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Abs, you got Pizzagate.
Well, I know we'll do Pizzagate because I actually went back to a story we used on our old show. A reporter, Ben something, did a report on it, and we're going to play it because at the time when we played it, it sounded insane. Remember, we are talking about this because they lied to us. Kash Patel lied to us. Our betters have lied to us. They're not our betters. They think they are for years. And why? Why does this really matter? Because for too long, not all the pastors, but some of our pastors told us that Christians shouldn't be involved in politics. This is what happens when you abdicate the responsibility for being a civil magistrate, our God-given duty. This crap is what happens when we go, yep, y'all do it. We're just going to hang on until Jesus comes back. That's part. That's not all, but that's part. This is why it matters that we are involved in politics right here, because these depraved individuals have taken over and they take people out. There's record of it. You don't have to take our word for it. Look it up. But when we come back, a Pizzagate story that will really make you sick. So
we're on a roll, let me tell you.
We are.
You may or may not want to stick around, but we hope you do. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Rightside. I am Amy Beth with Allison and JP, still talking about Epstein. And you may or may not have heard about Pizzagate and a lady named Liz Cronkin back in 2023
Allison's losing her crap over here.
talked about Pizzagate. It was from a Project Veritas whistleblower who, his name was Ryan Montgomery, and he was a cybersecurity professional given a tip about a disturbing website. And after a bit of digging, found a vast network of self-proclaimed pedophiles, murderers, and rapists using the open internet to prey on children. He said that pizza, cheese pizza, cooking, and other words were used as pedophile code to prey on children. And they were at 2 pizza shops in Washington, D.C. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to not say the name of the person because I'm going to get that wrong. But here are the words that they used, and we'll figure out how to get this story out so you can see it for yourself. It's on X, but you need to see the news clip of it, because here's what happened. Before I tell you what the terms meant, let me tell you about a guy named Ben Swan. Allison found this clip back in the day. This was from CBS 46. The guy named Ben, who is the reporter, has a whole 5-minute clip on Pizzagate. He asked why there were no investigations into John Podesta, Comet Pizza ping pong symbols, FBI pedo codes, etc. CBS 46, the CBS affiliated station in Atlanta, suspended Ben Swan and forced him to take down his independent Truth in Media website and associated social media accounts where he'd been posting his reality check segments and other content. Then they fired him in 2018 when he attempted to relaunch his Truth in Media website. This is just 2 hours away in Atlanta. Here are the things he found out. These people are not shy about telling you about their symbols, but on his report, I've reposted it. I'm reposting it right now. If you follow me on X, it's on there right now. But pizza was the FBI pedophile code for girl, among many others. Hot dog meant boy. Pizza meant girl. Cheese pizza meant child porn. Cheese meant little girl. Ice cream was male prostitute. A map was DNA evidence. Dominoes meant domination. This is all in the story. It's all over the website. And if you look in emails, you'll know that what we're saying is true. But all of these things got covered up. Maybe you remember when a man walked into Comet Pizza in DC and discharged his weapon into the ground of the pizza shop because he had found out what was going on. Do you guys remember that at all?
Vaguely. I don't think I was paying attention. I think I thought people that talked about this stuff were crazy.
I did too. Well, this guy was arrested. And you should, because if you shoot a gun in a pizza shop where you think the child pedophilia is going on, you probably should be in trouble. His name was Edgar Madison Welch. Do you know who was the judge in his case? Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Oh my gosh, I saw that.
Oh, would you look at that?
That's a shocker.
Wow.
But more than that nastiness, there's one other thing that I was shocked by. And these are from emails you can see for yourself. Epstein and Bill Gates were discussing a pandemic situation in 2017, 3 years before the lockdowns. They were discussing neurotechnologies as weapons. There's an email dated March 3rd, 2017, written to Bill Gates by a redacted individual working with Larry Cohen, a longtime Gates ally. But y'all, this stuff is deep. It is wide. It is depraved. And these are people who've lied to us with alarming regularity. So what are we going to do about that? That's what we have to figure out. Is it that we keep asking questions and hold people accountable? Is it get more involved in government? Because they're doing what they want. And what are we going to do? That's what I want to talk about. Like, what are we actually going to do about this?
Y'all seen George Bush Sr.'s? I hadn't seen this one yet. I just saw it. Did you see that email?
Yep.
I don't think we can read it on air.
No.
But we
Can you tell us about it?
read.
I had a child call me about this.
This is getting worse.
Yeah.
Makes me want to throw up. All right. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I am Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP, wading through the mess that is the Epstein files. Remember that Kash Patel said there was no evidence of pedophilia, any of that stuff. Pam Bondi with her binders, okay. Turns out we can see with our own eyes the depravity contained within. But the people that have been involved, from perhaps Bill Gates and Epstein, and their emails about a scamdemic way before it ever happened, about Pizzagate that was covered up. We know John Podesta is a maniac. We know that. And we know what they had going on. We know that this has happened for years and nothing at all. Nobody was held accountable. But it's that Republicans and Democrats are involved with it. That's what it is. And the people that you think have never had anything but good things to do with their life, well, that's wrong too. Allison has an email, and this is, I don't know what you thought of the Bush family, but I think it's going to change.
After I read this is what I read. Somebody sent it to me, and I read it at the end of the last segment. Do y'all remember at Bush Senior's, I about said wedding, his funeral, when Clinton, Obama, Jeb Jr., Bush, all got those envelopes, and
yes,
they open those envelopes and their faces, they start looking around. I just flashed to that. So let me read. This is an email that was dropped from the DOJ on Friday. And it's from a Walter Hankins with the NYPD. It's to a detective that's with the Bureau of Child Exploitation and Human Trafficking Task Force in the NYPD. And the subject is interview of purported Epstein victim. And it goes on. It looks like they send a video because there's nothing written in the first email. And then the guy responds and he says, I'd like to add a few other points discussed by the purported victim. He was, there are 4 points. One I can't read on air, but it says he was a victim of a type of ritualistic sacrifice in which his feet were cut with a
scimitar,
but left no scarring. On the yacht, he witnessed babies being dismembered, their intestines removed, and individuals eating the feces from the intestines. He was also raped by George Bush I. And then it goes on to talk about how he got to the FBI office and on and on. And then the response is, thanks. I didn't realize Bush raped him too. And then the next email is, he has more to tell us, he said. So then you put that with those envelopes, and I'm like, I wonder, I'm just, y'all, at this point, after what we've been through these past few years, my brain goes crazy places. But you wonder if it was something like that. I've always heard that the envelope said, like, they know everything. But you wonder, he's gone. Like, kill switch, go into action. They know everything. Do whatever you can. I don't know. But that is, I hadn't seen that until just 10 minutes ago. Very disturbing.
So appropriately, sometimes things just, come across your feed. I've never seen this guy before, but I think this quote sums everything up that we've been talking about. The characteristic of the modern state is that those who appear to govern do not, in fact, govern. They are constrained by forces which they do not name, which they rarely understand, and which they cannot openly oppose. The result is that public men become timid. They avoid plain speech. They fear exposure more than injustice, and loss of position more than loss of honor. In such a condition, courage disappears first, and freedom follows it.
Wow.
Hilaire Belloc is his name. And this is, I think, exactly what's happened here. We have been ruled by depraved people, and it is our responsibility to stay engaged as we elect civil magistrates and do whatever we have to do so that we are not ruled by such people who use the cloak of power or authority when really they are thumb-sucking children waiting in a corner to be led by forces that we don't want anything to do with. But we have. So we think abortion is horrible, and it is, but it's also the tool used to cover up all the sins of these people. And so it's always the weakest and the tiniest among us who are being killed to cover up the sins of the people who lead our country. This is depraved. So we don't have an excuse anymore not to be involved in politics. Not a single one of us. And if your pastor tells you you shouldn't be involved, find another church. We are not here to hang on till the end and hope it gets better. We are here to make it better, to be God's reflection on our society, period. So this news matters because we've been lied to. And the only actionable result is to get engaged in your city council, in your school board, helping in your classroom, helping at your church. Yes, of course, we're going to feed the poor and take care of people, obviously. But we're also going to do things that we did last week, and this is going to be uncomfortable, what I'm about to say. But even to our Republican friends, we are going to ask questions about your choices. Because even as Republicans, we've gone so long without asking questions that when you are questioned, you act like petulant children because you don't want to answer. The positions we all hold that you are elected to are not yours. You represent us. And we have every right to ask you questions, whether you like it or not. We lack humility. We lack honesty, and we lack true kingdom authority. So we're looking at this today, not to drag people down, but to look with a naked eye at the vile behavior that's gone on. But after today, we have zero excuse for not being involved in politics, for not asking questions of people. We're not doing gotcha, but we are meant to be accountable to one another. That is my takeaway. How about y'all?
I mean, my big takeaway from the Epstein files, this bunch that came out, which was like 3 million of the 6 million total. And I think this is the one they spent so long to review because if you remember, these were actually supposed to all be released like months ago, but I think these were the most damning and they had to go through and redact the most out of it. But Kash Patel's statement about how there was no concrete evidence that of trafficking, you know, like Epstein trafficking to others in the files that they had is so disheartening and frustrating because technically he's right. But the mountain of circumstantial evidence in these files is amazing, to say the least. Like pictures of Prince William or Andrew? Prince Andrew. That is like on all fours over a girl. I don't know. That seems a little that at least, you know, requires an investigation, in my opinion. Or Clinton sitting in a hot tub with an underage girl. I don't know. Requires looking into, I guess. And all the emails where they're constantly talking amongst each other about 14, 12, 11. These girls will be at the island, whatever. Just the sheer amount of circumstantial evidence with powerful people, and you're not even going to look into it properly and do a full-fledged investigation. Here, this one email in particular contradicts what Kash Patel was saying. And this was the most troubling email in all of it, in my opinion, of Jeffrey Epstein saying, "Where are you? Are you okay? I loved the torture video." And you see in the emails from Jeffrey Epstein to redacted. So either that was an underage girl that he was, or a victim that he was emailing, which I find hard to believe because these victims weren't offering up this stuff voluntarily. So I don't think, I mean, I could be wrong, but this suggests that he's talking to somebody that he's trafficking girls to, and then that person also redacted in the response says, I'm in China and I'll be in the US second week of May. So there's evidence there that is enough to investigate. But if you're just going to go, whoa, there's no evidence there that of actual trafficking, like Epstein saying to this person, I'm sending you this girl, you know, like you're the FBI of the United States of America. If there's that much amount of circumstantial evidence into people, there needs to be a full-fledged investigation to figure out that. It shows that they don't want to, or if they're just that incompetent at their job to do a full-fledged investigation. But these emails in this batch should open up another investigation into Prince Andrew, into Clinton, into Elon Musk, into all of these people, because you can't just be mentioned in those in that context in emails and not be investigated. But it's almost like they want to just move on. Well, there's nothing in there saying this. There's nothing in there claiming that, you know, there was trafficking. You clearly don't want to look into it, because how can you see that and not look into it?
I have another option. What if you're like, okay, we know Kash Patel is going to have to go before Congress, so we're just not going to let him see what we see, so he doesn't perjure himself, and he can say, from what I've been given, I do not know of any victims. What I've seen, the reports I've seen, he can say that and it can be true. If you know from the beginning, you need to protect him.
Yeah. Perhaps.
Just a thought. Because if not, he's screwed. He lied to Congress. But actually, never mind. Everybody gets away with it.
Right. Yeah.
We don't show up.
Who cares?
We don't show up for a hearing, Bill and Hillary. It's no big deal. Whatever. Yeah, nobody ever gets in trouble.
Well, I'll say this too. Bongino made his big return to his podcast today, had Trump on the show and all of that. And his whole, these people are talking about Epstein and the files. They don't even know. They didn't see what I saw. They don't even know what they're talking about. And there's these doomers and these black pillars. And then you see these emails released. It's like, hey, knucklehead, I can see pictures of Prince Andrew over a girl. I can see emails of Epstein talking to people about underage girls. I can see Epstein talking to all these people. All I'm saying is that shouldn't be the end of it. Okay. So if you're going to say, well, you don't know what I know. Well, I saw the files that I'm sure you saw. And if you're saying that's not worth another investigation and we just need to move on, then I don't even know what to say to that.
Isn't that what they've said? Like, isn't that what Blanche at the end of his speech, he says, we're done with this because there's nothing else we can release. There's nothing else we can do.
Oh yeah, they're done. I mean, this is case closed. They wouldn't have even released these if they weren't forced to. And then they still were a month or so late in releasing them.
And who forced them?
It was Massey and Khanna and Congress.
People who were the good ones that we elected made this come out. Huh. Okay.
That'd be interesting to go back and look at that vote. Did anybody vote against it?
That one guy, remember? It was the Louisiana. What is his name?
You gotta find it.
He was the one vote.
Is this in the House?
Yes.
Oh,
he's the former
he
cop.
was a Republican.
Yeah, it was his Clay Higgins.
Yes.
And his reasoning was that this is going around due process, and this is not the way. You can't just blanket release all the files. It's got to go through the courts.
Sure, buddy.
Oh,
okay.
Take out the table. Yeah, due process. What process? There is no process. And there wouldn't have been a process if everybody hadn't forced you to have a process. Biscuit. Okay, can we switch subjects when we come back?
Yes.
Can we do something funny? Does anybody have anything funny?
Yes.
I don't.
I do. I have funny questions.
All right. We're going to do funny on the other side. We'll be back.
to Rightside. I am Amy Beth with Allison and JP. So, Allison Sinclair, do you have a traffic update?
I do have a traffic update. If you are in the greater Birmingham area traveling on I-65, James Spann is reporting that there is an emu or an ostrich running southbound.
What?
On I-65 at the 220 mile marker.
Oh, that's
south
right.
of Calera.
Oh, boy.
And apparently it was struck by a vehicle, but it's still running.
Okay, I'm sorry. You said an ostrich or an emu?
Yes, it's a big old bird running down 65 right now. So
Sure.
watch out if you're in Calera.
Okay.
Do we have any video footage of this?
No,
I want to
I'm
see the
gonna-
ostrich.
I'm going to look for it, but I'm kind of jealous I'm not
I
seeing
want-
this. This would have made my day.
If it's running towards my oldest child's house, maybe she'll see.
Southbound. South.
Oh, it's yeah,
Yeah. Okay. South of
but
Calera.
it needs to go. Well, it needs to actually veer to the west.
It
No,
might.
east.
It might.
Anyway. Oh, all right.
But can you imagine being on 65 and just like,
Hey, Cletus, did you see that?
Somebody's gonna get like a
there's
lasso.
an
and, like-
emu.
There's an emu, or it's an ostrich.
What's the difference?
Emu oil is very expensive.
Really?
I think. I don't know. I bet this child
Can
could
one
text me.
fly?
They all Google is saying is that they just have key differences in origin, size, and anatomy.
Now, an ostrich is pretty big. How big is an emu?
Probably.
Just like a little bit smaller. So it says, okay, ostriches stand up to 9 feet tall, weigh over 300 pounds, have 2 toes, and reach 45 miles an hour. Emus stand 7 feet tall, weigh up to 125 pounds, and have 3 toes and run up to 30 miles an hour. Holy crap! An ostrich runs 45 miles.
We need pictures, guys. Y'all need to send us pictures.
So 5 o'clock traffic, the ostrich or emu could probably beat you down 65.
I've got a traumatizing childhood memory of an emu.
What?
You do?
When my granny Ram would take me, my sister, and my other cousin our age to like the petting zoo or the drive-through petting zoo when we were kids. And there was one time when she wasn't paying attention to us in the back. We were just like feeding them they gave you like the little plastic Solo cups and you like feed them and stuff. And then emu came up to my window and I was an idiot. I was like 9 or 8 or something. And I just stuck the cup of food up and the emu like looked at it, did like this and just goes and pecks the crap out of it. And food went everywhere. And I was like, ah!
I hear they're very aggressive.
And Granny Ram was like, you don't put it up to its mouth, son. It's an emu. But
What
yeah,
are you supposed to do? Just throw it out?
throw it. But yeah, they're scary. Emus are scary.
You know, have you seen little kangaroos?
Yeah,
They're pretty cute.
Yeah, they are.
We went to the Gulf Shores Zoo when the kids were in high school. It was Chris's idea because remember, I've told you a bunch of times he's fun. So we went to the zoo and he leans down to pet the baby kanga and it went up on him. It was like ready to punch him. Like I got a picture of it. Like, maybe it was the mom because she was upset the baby was right there. But I still have a picture of him in his visor, red shirt, blue shorts, and a kangaroo like ready to punch his
Did
lights
they grab
out.
a hold of you?
I don't know, but we were done with the kangaroo at that moment and we skedaddled to
I feel
another
like they
section
do
of
like
the
a
zoo.
karate kick,
Wait,
like a
probably would.
roundhouse.
They probably would do a roundhouse kick.
Bobby from Huntsville talking about the emu says they must be filming a new Liberty commercial. Liberty Mutual.
That actually would
Maybe
be cute.
they are.
Have y'all? We don't have time, but I'm just going to drop it. Did y'all know that there's a place up in North Alabama? I can't remember what it is. Tigers for Tomorrow.
No, I haven't heard about that.
We can go there, can't we?
It is the coolest place. Our listeners have to know about it. I'm going to pull it up. We're going to talk about it on the other side because they have every kind of animal you can imagine and all these exotic tigers. And it's right there in the middle of like Sand Mountain somewhere. I don't
We
know.
got to go.
It's very cool.
Didn't you take your
They have
kids?
capybaras.
Didn't you take your kids once?
We went, yeah. It was like spring break. We're going to where did we go? Not Helen.
DeSoto
What's the
Caverns?
place up there that starts with an M?
Meridianville,
No, Moulton.
Moulton.
Not Moulton.
No.
Muscle Shoals.
No.
I don't know.
Anywho,
Dang it. Jared, if you're still watching, text me. I can't remember where we went. We'll be back, but I'll tell you then.
So I want to remind you, Inspire Advisors is one of our sponsors, and they are doing amazing work. Look, I know this audience. You're the kind of folks who believe in standing up for your principles. You're good stewards of what you have for resources. What if the companies you are investing in, though, don't reflect your values at all? Well, that's why you need to meet Paul Breyer and his team at Inspire Advisors. Inspire Advisors, experts in the field of biblically responsible investing. Look, they can help you grow your bottom line while also being proud of what companies you invest in. Inspire Advisors, you got to check them out. Here's their website, www.moneypatternwealth.com. That's Inspire Advisors, www.moneypatternwealth.com, and tell them you heard about it on Rightside Radio.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio, where we spent the entire break trying to figure out where Allison went on spring break with her kids a couple years ago. It turns out that they started in Mentone and they blew glass because that's fun.
You remember that?
Of course I remember that.
How do you remember that?
Because I pay attention.
I actually think it was fall break. Y'all, I've messed this whole story up, but I promise I'm not lying.
It was actually Lions for yesterday, not Tigers for tomorrow.
Exactly. And they got out and nearly were eaten by an emu. But no, you went and you blew glass for fall break because y'all decided not to go anywhere because you didn't have enough time to go somewhere. So you went there and then on your way back, because one of your kids really thought it was going to be fun to go to Lions for yesterday. And that's where you went.
It's actually called Tigers for Tomorrow, and it does exist. And where is it, JP?
It's an
Atala.
I was gonna say Atala again. It's Atala.
Atala.
I swear.
Emus for next month is in Atala.
That's right. And we're going to go as a show.
I swear we were in Mentone, but I think we did on the way back. But it's so cool. They've got bears and wolves and monkeys and tigers and lions.
Wait. What kind of monkeys? Little cute ones or big ones?
It's just, you
Big
know,
ones.
they have foxes.
It's foxes.
And they have capybara and they have barn animals and it's a preserve. So they rescue all these animals.
Oh, we are so going.
It's
Chris
actually
Shaver,
very, very
we're
cool.
going.
Yeah. It's very fun. And it's right there in Atala.
Oldest daughter will take your kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what I've never done the drive-through one that you were talking about, the safari one.
I think that sounds like a very bad idea.
We
because
did it.
Something would happen to you, Sinclair. Like, there's no question. Either your sunroof will get bashed in, an animal's going to climb in your car, try to drive it away.
Is it fun if it's not happening?
Well, or you could lose a limb. So JP and I vote no.
Just a word of advice: if an emu comes up and sticks its head in your window, do not put the feed cup right up to its face.
Please
It
don't
scared
do
the
it.
crap out of me.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Oh, we need to take a field trip.
Okay.
That'd be fun.
I'm game. Let's go.
But Lisa from Huntsville was right. She said Mentone.
Mentone's a beautiful place.
Yeah, she said Mentone, but
that's where we were.
The website says Atala.
Did you ski on the fake snow?
No, we stayed in Mentone. I was trying to think of the name of the place that we stayed.
She didn't remember. It's fine.
I think it was in the summer.
Allison, you didn't go in
it
the
was
summer.
fall.
You went in the fall.
Was it winter break?
You went in the fall for fall break. It was
I don't
October. Just
know.
FYI.
It was still hot.
It's okay. It was October.
It
was
all
2
runs
years ago.
together. So many kids, so many years, so many trips.
It's true. The trips are the best. Okay. JP.
What happened?
I was just adjusting my ear.
Oh, okay.
But Amy Beth thought I was telling her something.
I was like, is this like the football thing
No.
where what's the play? You like that?
Kill. No, you're good.
Okay. So after that fun and merriment, we're going to have some more fun and merriment. So the Blaze and this new fun guy that I have, I mean, he's been out there, but he's fun. We're doing something for Black History Month that is going to challenge our assumptions in the best kind of way. And since many things in the civil rights movement happened in Alabama, this is an appropriate place to begin. And the easiest thing to do with this is to play the whole clip. And so this is Black History Month, Part 1, Rosa Parks. And what do you think you know?
One of exposing Black history because it literally didn't even happen. So we all know the story, right? 1955, Montgomery, Alabama. Rosa Parks, she's this tired seamstress. She refuses to give up her seat to this white guy after a long day's work because her feet hurt. She gets arrested for this, and then it sparks a bus boycott. She becomes the mother of the civil rights movement. She's now remembered as a brave hero who stood up to power. The entire thing was a planned publicity stunt from the beginning. By 1955, Rosa Parks was already an experienced left-wing activist. She and her husband were attending Communist Party meetings. Also, her husband owned a car. So this is not even the first time this happened. Black people were getting arrested for this stuff, but the NAACP and the activists ignored them, and Rosa Parks was specifically selected as the perfect subject for this agenda. She was polite, she was employed, she was married, she was seen as somebody who would be sympathetic to white people. And actually, the Rosa Parks incident itself was actually a reproduction of a prior incident where they planned to make a different woman into this kind of figurehead, but then they found out that she got pregnant out of wedlock, and so they had to sub her out for old Rosa. What's funny too is that she actually had to ride around on a few different buses before this happened, since the rules weren't really meant for women. They weren't really enforced on female passengers. Also, she wasn't even exhausted. She admitted in her autobiography that she refused the seat not because she was physically tired, but because she was tired of giving in to injustice. But that wasn't her first run-in with that bus driver either. James F. Blake in 1943, Blake kicked her off the bus entirely, yet that incident got zero attention from the activists because she hadn't been chosen yet by the activists to play this role. Here's the kicker though, Montgomery law segregated buses, but it didn't actually require black people to give up seats to white people if no other seats were available. Rosa Parks was sitting in the middle section, and she wasn't asked to move until more passengers started boarding. Basically, you had a white section, a middle section, and a black section, and the driver was trying to move the sign to expand the white section of the bus into some of the middle seats, since there were a bunch of white people about to get on the bus. And so he asked Rosa Parks and a few black guys if they would move from the middle section into the black section, since it would literally be illegal for him to tell the white passengers to go sit in the black section. So the guys were like, all right, yeah, whatever. But she went along with her plan, and so she was arrested because she wasn't listening to the bus driver. But she did not stop there at buses. She supported Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam, you know, the whole kill white police officers guys. She marched in Farrakhan's Million Man March in 1995. She backed the Black Power movement, defended black rioters in the Detroit riots in 1967. She endorsed domestic terrorist groups like the Black Panthers, also the kill white police officers guys, the Black Liberation Army, Weather Underground, the bomb and kill white people guys. Nobody knows about the history of left-wing terrorism, dude. This stuff was all going on. Despite all of that, though, she still spoke at the 1988 Democratic National Convention, hailed as a hero. Rosa Parks was a calculating revolutionary whose actions were part of this broader left-wing conspiracy, but the myth that we're all taught is designed to hide this and the radicalism that created it, so that we're taught, you know, some feel-good narrative when we're in kindergarten. Truth matters. I love black people.
So he's on the Blaze.
That was a trip.
And it is a hilarious trip, but thoughts?
Wait. First, we need to specify why you're qualified to talk about this, Amy Beth.
Oh, okay. So, as you know, I'm adopted. And I don't know how people don't know, but, you know, my birth father was black. He died several years ago. And so when that happened, I guess I explained this a couple weeks ago, but I should say it again. When I discovered my heritage, which I was very excited about, there were things that I immediately wanted to discover, like the truth about the civil rights movement and MLK, etc. And so that started my quest to find out what Black History Month was all about. What was MLK all about? Let's find out about Rosa Parks, and on and on. So there are things we'll post. There's information that I'll share with you. We'll put out on our website or on the socials as the month goes on, because it doesn't help us to know and you not know either. And maybe y'all already knew all this, but finding out my heritage is what set me off on a quest. And so sometimes, like Rush Limbaugh had a certified Black enough commentator, Rightside has their certified Black enough commentator, and that's me.
Okay, good.
There you go.
I just want to put that out there so we've got we're good to talk about this.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay, hold
sure.
on.
But we could talk about it whether we wanted to or not. It's fine.
I'm gonna say I don't understand why we have to qualify everything. Like,
you're right.
Why does she have to be Black enough to talk about these issues? To me, I mean, I'm like, if a Black person wants to call out George Bush Sr. for being a pedophile potentially, can they not do it because he's white?
No, we can, but it's just a joke to hint at, that exactly. Like, oh, we're okay to talk about Amy Beth's half Black. We can go into it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, obviously you're correct.
But yeah, right. Because as we say often on the show, like melanin, God doesn't see our color. He just made us some darker, some lighter. We're tribes and nations and we're free. But in some pockets of our culture, it is true that you still have to be enough of something to be able to talk about it, which is not right. That's not right. But just in case anybody wondered why I started looking into it in the first place, it was because I discovered about part of me.
Is it kind of like a your mama joke? Like I can tell a joke about my mom, but you can't.
Yeah, basically. That's how that goes.
Okay.
Anyway, but you're
Got
right,
it.
Allison Sinclair. You are 100% right. And JP is being provocative. And it's funny because it's true. What do you guys think?
You know what's funny out of all that is that I'm so desensitized to the propaganda and the agendas. I'm not surprised. I haven't researched it. That's the first time I've heard a lot of that. I mean, I've heard the rumblings that she was a created entity, that she wasn't who we've been told she was. But honestly, what I honed in on was when they were talking about the bus driver that had to expand the white section so that more white people were getting on the bus and there weren't as many black people, so that we had to move like, I feel so naive and kind of something saying this, but I can't imagine that world.
Yeah.
And that wasn't that long ago.
I agree with you.
Like you get on a bus, you go to a restaurant, like I don't notice who's sitting next to me. It just doesn't matter. But that was wild to me. And I've seen it before. Yeah, okay, the bathrooms, the restaurants, I get it. But for some reason, when he was just talking about that, I'm like, that wasn't that long ago.
In a city just not real far away.
Yeah.
Crazy. That part is what I wrote down. Is it's still hideous that anything was ever segregated to me.
Yeah.
Hideous. I mean, our train station we tore down in Birmingham, the train depot that's still in Montgomery, where blacks had to be in one room, whites in another. Hideous.
Crazy.
But that they were communist agitators also needs to be proclaimed high and low.
That was my takeaway of, and let me just preface this by saying, obviously, I'm not for the segregation part of it also, but it is weird to think why, like, you look at MLK and Stanley Levison, who was the CFO of the Communist Party of America, who used Martin Luther King. I mean, he wrote part of the I Have a Dream speech, and he kind of saw MLK as a tool or puppet. And I'm seeing the same communist ties with Rosa Parks. So why, I guess my question is, why was the Communist Party or the communists in general so interested in that aspect of it and the civil rights aspect of it? Because we're kind of seeing, I mean, today, communists like to amplify the racial division and the racial infighting of America to, cause chaos, and that kind of helps them implement their agenda. And I think, was it Levison or somebody that said with MLK that, we need to start like a racial conflict or something. So like I said, obviously segregation and that aspect of it, I'm not for, which I feel like, unfortunately, you have to say before you talk about stuff like this.
Right.
But why is there a communist tie-in into all of it? It's just strange to me. It's almost like just like today, like there needed to be a fighting and a racial war almost for them to try to implement what they wanted to implement. So it's strange.
On the other side, I have a quick answer to that we'll probably go, oh yeah. It's very simple, but yeah, it's a good question. Anyway.
I also picked up on that. I don't think she really liked white people. She was part of a lot of groups that don't really like white people.
I think you're right, Allison Sinclair. Which,
I don't know.
Just not a popular thing to say, but how about racism works always?
Yeah.
We done did it.
It's only Monday. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth with Allison and JP, finishing up a tidbit about Black History Month and challenging our assumptions about Rosa Parks and others throughout the month, not every day, but throughout the month. So I believe, it is my observation, that the communists were using the civil rights movement as one more attempt to control the population, because it is their belief that communism can't succeed without first socialism succeeding. And so I think that their point was revolution. And each time they've tried a revolution, look in Minneapolis. It's working right now, but just in Minneapolis. I think they wanted to gain power, and they gained power over a certain group of people. And probably half of the people still believe what they were told about the civil rights movement, more than that.
Yeah.
But I really think it's just a power trip and a grab for power. And they saw a group of people that were ready, willing, and able to support all the anti-American things they could. And why wouldn't they gravitate toward that group of people? Because they had been through hell on earth in years past. So it made sense.
Yeah. And I guess that's like what's different about Minneapolis versus the civil rights movement is that the civil rights movement needed to happen. I don't know if it needed to happen that way, maybe inorganically. I have to believe that a lot of people that were in the movement really thought they were, and maybe they think that in Minneapolis too. They think they're doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm. They do.
You've given me a lot to think about. Jeez. But yeah, you need civil unrest to implement, but I don't remember communism coming out of it, or socialism. But is that the end result of what happened?
I think the end result, if you take communism by its definition of seizing the means of production, what they ended up seizing were our classrooms and our textbooks, and being able to tell a narrative that has spun in their favor.
That's good, Abs.
Thanks.
Good.
It's coffee.
Still thinking.
That is getting unwound, and it's time, because there's so much we know that's not true, not just about this, but about many other things. But I think that was what they were able to do. And so now they're reproducing other agitators in other areas of our society.
You're so smart. Very good. I need to read more books like you. Like, I started thinking, how we asked in the interview, what's your favorite book?
Yeah.
I was like, what? Twilight is what I would answer. It's embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing. It's a good book.
It's embarrassing.
Series of books.
I need to read more. We'll be back.
Hey, my friends, Phil Williams here. You've heard me talk about Inspire Advisors, how Paul Breyer and his team at Inspire Advisors will help you grow your investment portfolio while also screening out the companies that don't stand for conservative Christian principles. Look, they are experts in what is known as biblically responsible investing, and they are now offering a limited opportunity for a free class on that BRI. Check out the class, register for free, their website, www.moneypatternwealth.com. It's godly, it's conservative, it's financial freedom, y'all, with Inspire Advisors at www.moneypatternwealth.com. Check them out. Tell them you heard about it on Rightside Radio.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. Y'all, it's already 4:30. What a day we've had. Stirring it up. We done did it. We're going to do the 3 at 4:30. JP, how about you kick us off?
So there was a steering committee meeting last night, which, by the way, I didn't even know what the steering committee was or did until last night.
You want to tell everybody what the steering committee does?
So you tell me if I'm wrong, but essentially the steering committee handles like challenges for ballots on the GOP, and that's pretty much like they determine who's on the ballot.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So the Alabama Republican Party is made up of 300 and something executive committee members from across the state. I could be lying. It's a lot of people.
It's 500.
It's 500. It's a million.
It's a lot of people.
And so you run for these places. You're actually on the ballot that will come out May 19th. You will be on the ballot if you run for your county's state executive committee seats. And then from those millions of people, which is AB says 500, they choose a steering committee that represents the entire executive committee, and they make decisions like resolutions. You know, they'll vote on certain kind of controversial things, but they lead the party and
they steer the party.
And yeah, go ahead.
So they met last night, and there were several things that came from it. First of all, John Wall, the challenge against his residency failed. Mm-hmm. Also, Tuberville was deemed eligible to be on the ballot as governor.
Okay.
And our good friend Dean Odle was kicked off the ballot on the GOP side.
Why?
Because he ran as an independent when he lost the Republican primary for governor in 2020. Was it 2020?
Mm-hmm.
And so he ran as a write-in independent candidate, and the sore loser clause, I believe it's called, came into effect to where you can't run against the GOP within the last 6 years, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And run on a GOP ballot for any race. So that was in 2020. So that was within 6 years. So he has been kicked off the ballot.
Interesting
How
news.
are the Odlers holding up?
I don't know. I heard they're going to have a convention on the edge of the flat earth to discuss their future plans. But we'll see what comes of that meeting. However, here's good news.
What?
Because I hear the Heifer Party is looking for a candidate for lieutenant governor. So who knows? Maybe Dean Odle can run as the Heifer candidate. For those who don't know, they called Dean Odle called these two heifers from the pulpit after the forum. So I don't know. It's just, I like to sit back and just, I find it humorous.
Why he thought he would be able to be on the ballot, actually, because it's very clear in the bylaws.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same. Say you want to run as a Republican. If you have voted as a Democrat, given to a Democrat in the past 6 years, in theory, although some of our chairmen and women have allowed others to bypass that requirement, you have to wait 6 years. So he ran against the Republican nominee, the Republican candidate, and so he has to wait 6 years. I don't know why he thought he was special, but he is not. Now, I don't know if he can appeal it. That I don't know. I think there is an appeal process. We need to look into that.
We need to fling a hatchet and just cut this all off.
It's not a weapon, so it's good.
It's not a weapon. It's just a friendly little tool that you use.
I don't know. I normally would have dropped it, but after he did what he did, I just would like to just
have y'all
and move on.
Heard, like, somebody told me, and this is allegedly, okay?
Okay.
This is alleged. I did
Sure.
not see it. I do not know, but somebody told me he was sharpening it in the parking lot. Yeah.
Just like that?
But it's not a weapon.
Of course not.
It's about to be used on my tires.
Gosh.
No, it'll be mine.
Hey, it's a good news that our husbands are nearby and we have our fearless JP. We're fine. Fine.
Here's the thing. I don't think it's very smart. Like, why, if you're a smart person, why do you call anybody's wife from a pulpit or from anywhere? Like Jared Sinclair, was really not happy about this.
As
I
he
mean,
should
imagine
be.
if somebody called Nancy Odell a heifer and said she was just a little.
Which she did not do. She just said,
No,
imagine.
I said, imagine if they did. Like, how would Dean feel about that?
Not great.
He'd
But
be
he
sharpening up
didn't
that
do it
hatchet.
once. He did it like
I'm
several
not
times.
sure what the good sir and I have not had this discussion about it. He was working in the garage and probably worked out his frustration when he found out we were called heifers. Although the sane men in our lives that are not bound to us until death, all have said they never met a heifer they didn't like.
I take it as a compliment, actually.
I mean, it's a good piece of steak.
You're young and fresh and healthy, and I bet they can run faster than
I don't know.
the heifers that have birthed calves.
I don't know.
I've always wanted to be able to run. I can't do it here on Earth.
But alas, I thought we'd check in on our buddy Dean.
Good job.
So to follow up with that, though, Tommy Tuberville will probably, I guess somebody will take him to court over this.
I'm sure they will.
I don't think this is the end for him. John Wall, I don't know. I don't know how. John Wall may be good. I don't think anybody's going to sue over that.
I don't know. I don't know what the kerfuffle was about in the first place, because after he broke down the lies regarding his ID, I was like, I'm done. Like, that was a lie that even I was intrigued by, and it was not true. So we need to be very careful before we believe anything people like liberal writers put out in order to disparage any of the candidates. We got to be careful. But I'm glad he was on our show and was able to answer that question.
Has anybody seen, and this is what's kind of frustrating, I don't know if we ever saw or know the formal complaints or challenges that were brought. Do y'all know exactly what was asked about, how informally, how it was put in writing? Have you seen that anywhere about any of them?
Perhaps.
No, not in writing, but I mean,
because there were lots of challenges. There was a challenge to Garland Gudger. I have no clue what for. No idea. Several people. Let me see.
So here's my question with Tuberville. Is there going to be a court case because the GOP has now ruled that he's going to be on the ballot, but what happens if, I don't know, there's a court case and somebody, I don't know how it all works, like the details, but say Ken McFeeters or somebody challenges Tuberville in court over it, and then the court decides that, no, actually he's not eligible. He would just be not on the ballot. Is that what would happen?
And then there's nothing else you can do. He would just not be on the ballot, and you would have to choose either Ken McFeeters or the other guy that's running as a Republican, or Doug Jones.
So well, first of all, I think they intentionally waited until he got approved to be on the ballot to bring up a court case, I would assume. But also, I'm just so sick of the the ALGOP's main stance is that it doesn't say in the law that has to be 7 back-to-back years, and he had all of his time in Alabama when he coached Auburn, and then he went to Florida. But then now that he's back as senator, he's got way more than 7 years total as a state resident. But then the argument to that is, well, it has to be 7 continuous, back-to-back years. So it's like, okay, if the law is so vague, can we just figure it out now? Like, I'm just so sick of it's frustrating. How can it be that vague? So part of me wishes that they had figured it out in court before Tuberville got approved on the ballot, because God forbid if he's not allowed after that, then we're going to be up a creek.
Sorry, Abs, go ahead.
May I please make a statement?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the process that I'm going to say is the process of the primary, but there are people that should be Simon Cowelled before they get on ballots.
What's that mean?
Do you guys watch American Idol?
I know Simon Cowell.
The original person who did American Idol to find the next big superstar. And he was the guy that when they would come to sing, he'd look at him and was like,
I see what you're saying.
and then Randy Jackson, Pitchy Dog. But there are some times in the process, and maybe this is the whole primary process to get to the person who's going to be on the ballot in November. But there are candidates that sometimes I think we maybe needed to have Simon Cowell that whole situation and just not even given. We're free to run, but
people just, once people make up their minds to run, they will find the people that affirm them and tell them to run.
Even if it's a horrible idea.
Do you
see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Like, some of what we do is so tedious, and it's just tedious, and it doesn't need to happen, because sometimes people need to grab people by the shoulders and say, do not run. You are not going to win. You do not have a chance. You don't know how to speak. You can't get your ideas out. No one knows who you are. Sometimes that needs to happen. And you're right, though. Nobody's going to do that because you don't listen. You're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to run. This is what I'm going to do.
But then you look and you're like, well, somebody probably tried to get Donald Trump not to run. Like, you're crazy. What are you doing?
But I think it's different when, you're right. You're exactly right. But there are just some cases, the older I get, the more I lose my patience for like tedious nature of this. That's all. I'm not saying it well, but I just get frustrated with some of it. I guess we all are.
Well, I wish, because I want Tuberville to be governor. I think he's going to be an awesome governor. I just wish when he's asked the question like he was by CNN just recently, that was, what was that, this weekend, where they said, well, they say you're not eligible to be governor. What do you say about that? Well, I'm running up the flagpole and the GOP says I'm eligible. I'm good with that. And what happens if it's not going to work? I'm just going to go fishing. Like, you got to have a better answer than that. I understand that's all he needs to say. The GOP says is good. That's it. But it's frustrating. I wish they would just figure it out already, but I guess that's politics.
Yeah. Yep.
You want me to no, you've got an.
Yeah, you got to go, Abs.
Yeah. I have to go. My update, short and sweet. There was an ICE agent injured in Alabaster with a knife. That happened during the day today. I had a child text me, and then I found it on WVTM 13 News that an ICE agent was injured today with a knife in Alabaster, Alabama. That's just beyond Pelham. If you go to the beach, it's just kind of around the tank farm exit, past it, where all the good shopping is, off to the left.
It's right before you get to the Emu.
Yeah, the emu's there
Calera.
waiting for you.
Yeah.
That's probably where the emu came from, is when the suspect was getting arrested. They had an emu and it ran out.
And it's fast. It could get that far south.
It's
really
probably
quickly.
at my daughter's house right now.
Okay, but that's not funny. So ICE in Alabaster.
No, an ICE agent was injured, yes.
The emu's funny.
Emu's hilarious.
But not the ICE agent.
The emu's not going to die soon.
Okay, I have a mini version of Hot Flash News. Okay. Partial government shutdown is expected to last until at least tomorrow, but nothing's happening today, apparently. Club for Growth, and this probably needs to be a bigger segment. They put out Alabama's 2025 economic scorecard, and apparently Alabama is not doing really well. But I've heard so many people saying Club for Growth. This is so interesting because what do y'all think when I say Club for Growth? Do y'all have?
Well, I know because my husband asked me who they were, but they're fiscally responsible. They keep track of how people vote, and they are for pro-growth economic policies.
Okay. So Alabama top legislators on the Republican side scored in like the 44%. That's abysmal. But I've heard so many people that you would think would really be pro Club for Growth. They support a lot of candidates around the state that are like, this is the most bogus scorecard, that Marika Coleman, who's a Democrat, scored higher than some Republicans. And it's just really wonky. So I need to dig into that. If you read that story, just know, like, do your research on kind of the votes they scored, because apparently some of they only scored a limited number. But anyway, Alabama Senate passed a bill to ban vaping. This is just in the Senate, in public places.
That's not.
I'm for it. Well,
yeah. Hate vaping.
I hate vaping too. But there's also the part of me that's like, can you really stop people from doing it in public? No. So I don't know. I would like it, but also it's like, can you really do that?
I
But
mean, we ban smoking in public places.
That's a good
no.
is it?
Yes.
Why do I see people smoking in public places all the time?
You can't smoke. Look, used to you could smoke in restaurants and airplanes and everywhere.
Okay,
No.
well, yeah.
We lived through that.
Where do you smoke? I mean, you have to go outside to smoke.
I mean, I just see people smoking. I don't know. I feel like,
Inside?
I mean, gas stations and that sort of stuff. I understand like private places can ban smoking, but I didn't know it was actually illegal to.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. The same vein, the House passed a bill to require certain people to report parents whose children smell like marijuana smoke.
Okay.
What do
All
y'all
right.
think about that one?
Well, I'd explore the space, but can we come back to this tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
Also, Marika Coleman, who's apparently more conservative economically than some Republicans, is about to drop a clean lottery bill,
Oh, sure.
which I think that's an oxymoron. I don't think you can have a clean
No,
lottery.
can't.
There's Medicaid buried somewhere in there. So we need to do our homework on that tonight and
Wait,
talk about
like
it tomorrow.
expansion of Medicaid?
Yep.
All
I
right,
was
so-
told by somebody. So let's explore that to
That
talk
was
about tomorrow.
That was actually not hot flash news. That was a preview for tomorrow.
There you go.
I didn't even plan that, but that sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, I'll write the notes down in the break.
We'll be back with Would You Rather.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth with Allison and JP. Now it's time for our favorite time of the day. Would you rather?
Okay. We're going to a new wheel. So we'll see if this one makes a noise. Ooh.
Okay. It sounds like
Okay.
reminds me of SpongeBob.
Would you rather invent a new toy or direct a new movie?
Direct a new movie.
New movie.
A toy. She's going to say toy.
I don't really have any interest in either.
Okay, well, we're going to do another.
But I mean, I'll go toy just because be contrarian.
God, it's so loud. Would you rather be an Olympic gold medalist or a Nobel Peace Prize winner?
Olympic gold medalist.
What?
Yeah. Who cares about you think they do a TV, like they broadcast the Nobel? I'm sure they do. I just don't watch it.
You don't want to bring peace to the world?
Okay. How many of them actually bring Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize. Okay. It's the Olympic gold medal, I think, is a lot more valid and than the Nobel Peace Prize.
Isn't that by the guy who invented dynamite?
Yes.
So he wanted to do something good. So they invented the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to do it for either Olympic figure skating or the ski jump.
Okay, yeah, okay. So summer or winter? So you'd rather be winter Olympic gold medal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to sweat in the summer, though I would swim if I had to pick because I love swimming.
I know what I would do.
What?
I want a bobsled.
Oh, that's a good one. What was the one where it's in the Winter Olympics where you like bow and arrow, sharpshoot, ski?
Yeah,
it's like 6 things in one. There's a name for it.
The decathlon for snow.
Something like that.
I don't know what it's called.
A diatribe. I did. It
We
you know
don't
where
know.
you have the Huskies and you ride through Alaska or somewhere,
There's so many words we got to go look up.
and then you shoot.
You shoot a bunny at the end.
I did it.
I did a rod.
I did a rod.
Something like that. I want to win that one.
What would you want to? What would you do in the Olympics?
Whatever we just talked about.
I don't think that's.
It is.
You
It's
would want to
real.
do that. Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about the Huskies.
No.
The dog sledding.
No.
Okay.
You'd win a Nobel Peace Prize.
Do y'all
seriously.
remember the cool guy that
Yes.
went up there in jeans and a t-shirt,
Yeah.
and pulled out the pistol?
Oh,
and was
that
just
was
like,
awesome.
and he was going through a divorce. Did y'all know that?
Second
He was
place,
going
right?
Yeah,
through a
yeah.
divorce, and we're all like, oh, you've been practicing. Okay, we might be back tomorrow. We might be kicked off the air. I don't know, but it's been fun. I actually learned a lot, and we'll try and learn you some more tomorrow.
With Amy Beth, Allison, and JP, it's hard to go wrong when you're on the right side.